Years from now, you'll be so glad you never bought this. Man, I'm so glad that I never even bought this motherfucker at all, man. Thank God I never bought this at all. But, it is what it is. But it's glad that I actually exposed this motherfucker and how bad it was, how horrible it is. And check this out. Watch this right here. I'd rather be doing taxes than play this. Do you guys see this shit right here? I walked in on my dog playing shipment with a shotgun, so I euthanized him. Man, this game is a mess. Like, years from now, people, you'll be so glad you never bought that. I mean, this is like just shows an embarrassment. Like look at all this. This ain't a World War II game. This is nothing but a cosmetic SJW piece of crap bullshit. Like, that's all this game is. And quite frankly, this is by far the worst game of 2021 ever. When we're here to play a fucking game, and we're here to play a fucking video game right here, people, there's a reason why this game will always be forever the worst game of 2021. I mean, Call of Duty Vangarbage will go down as the worst game of 2021, and quite frankly, yeah, I actually put an image of World at War right here because that's where really World War II is supposed to be. But yeah, this just shows that the people that play this game, they've got no idea what they're talking about. Yeah, I mean this is literally life, man. So with the last week of this year before Modern Warfare 2 comes out, Modern Claymore 2 or whatever you want to call it, I call it Battlefield 7 Modern Warfare 2 because that's what it really is. Starting with Battlefield 6 Modern Warfare, you had Grand Theft Auto Black Ops Cold Snore, you have Call of Duty, you have Battlefield Vangarbage, of course, that was the game that I showed you, Vangarbage, and then now you got Battlefield 7 Modern Warfare 2. I mean, it just there's a reason that, like I'm going to keep saying this, and this is probably the last time I'll probably say it. Modern Door, or should I say, Battlefield Vangarbage will go down as the worst game of 2021 ever. I mean, it'll go down as the worst game where it has zero creativity, where it has zero passion, it has zero good content. Let's keep it straight right here. It had zero good content, and all it had was nothing but just garbage and garbage placed together, and with a bunch of bullshit, terrible identity that it actually placed in there. It calls itself a World War II game, but all you see is a bunch of cosmetics that were not even in World War II. When you could have probably brought in like when you could have brought in a normal camo called the Oscars wooden camo, because hey, since metal was scarce at the time, why not just do that? But like I said, these are like the same motherfuckers that never made Call of Duty popular. But we're just gonna keep it real. There's like so many reasons why Vangarbage is by far going to be the worst game of 2021. But let's keep it real with like 3 reasons. I mean, we may probably say a little more than 3 reasons, but let's talk about the 3 main reasons. The first main reason is the multiplayer. The team, they basically did not care. They wanted to make it so half-assed as fuck that they wouldn't have the time. And I guarantee you that 15% of the good content that came in on this game was barely good. Like the 15% of the content that came in launch. I guarantee you, like only 15% of this, like only yeah, 15% of the content probably came in at launch, and most of the stuff has not even been programmed correctly. Like there's still more bugs, still more of this dumbass shit that's still in the game. I mean, this is the reason why this game is the worst sold Call of Duty. Like, I mean, Vangarbage is by far the worst game of all time, and you know what? I'm actually glad we'll be playing World at War soon. Like World at War was actually where, like, when World at War multiplayer came out, the content was there. You had everything, you got everything. It was a fair game. Reason number 2, zombies. The zombies was a fucking joke in Vangarbage. Vangarbage literally did not even have the ray gun during launch. When you play World at War, you had the ray gun in Nocturne Toten in the beginning. I mean, it's just, man, I cannot believe, and not to mention, it was probably the most dull experience ever. It was the most dull zombies, the most dull experience I've ever played in Vangarbage. Like, Vangarbage Zombies is by far the most dull experience I've ever had. Don't waste your money on it if you're gonna think of paying for Vangarbage. Um, and reason number three was the campaign. This called Battlefield Vangarbage's campaign had to be the most disrespectful and the most disrespectful story, the most disrespectful motherfucker ever. It was by far the worst campaign I've ever fucking played. I mean, quite frankly, I mean, I did this off stream because, like I said, they had a free multiplayer getaway. They let us play campaign. They also let us play zombies. Campaign is by far the most disrespectful story experience I've ever played because, quite frankly, they clearly do not know how to make a World War II video game. I mean, most of the time that you're seeing is just literally just a bunch of characters that we've seen that we see in the beginning, and we're forced to be attached to these clowns. I mean, come on, man! Like, do you really think that? Do you really think that anybody is going to be into these characters? I mean, come on now! Like, look at all this. I mean, this is what you expect from Sledgehammer games. Now, if we make a comparison between World at War shits on this game 100%, dude. Like, Call of Duty World at War shits on Battlefield Vangarbage 100%, because, quite frankly, World at War, it had a gritty story, it had an awesome experience of war. It actually showed the real ugly truth about war. Multiplayer, they actually brought in the content like 90%, and the 10% was basically some bug fixes and the DLCs, and that was pretty much it. I mean, that like you had a lot of you were entertained on day one, and then you were entertained until November 8th of 2009. That's when November 9th, I think, or November 10th. That's when Modern Warfare 2 came in. Came in the original Modern Warfare 2, and then another thing is that zombies is that even though it was the first zombies made, it was actually more of being into it than Vangarbage, which is the 11th one that actually brought in zombies. Like quite frankly, this is by far piss poor. I mean, come on. So yeah, Vangarbage. So Battlefield Vangarbage will go down as the worst game of 2021. I probably might have to put it as I probably have to put it as Call of Duty Vanguard just for these clowns to get all fucking butt hurt and stuff. But yeah, I'm not going near that game anymore. And this image that I'm showing out here, that's where I'm going. Call of Duty World at War reigns supreme. Like World at War is a whole lot better. Even when you're playing single player, like it's way better than Vangarbage. Like, quite frankly, in the end, Call of Duty Vanguard will go down as the worst video game of 2021. And that's me saying a lot because even though Battlefield 2042 failed miserably, they were trying to make a game. This game, Battlefield 2042, they were trying to make something, but like I said, they failed miserably. Vangarbage didn't even try, they didn't even bother anything, and still the game failed miserably as usual. But they actually failed even more because here's the thing: they couldn't even outsell their predecessors. Like, for instance, Grand Theft Auto Cold War, or we could just say Black Ops Cold War. They couldn't even outsell the Modern Warfare 1. They couldn't even outsell any of those games. So yeah, by far, Call of Duty Vanguard is by far the worst game of 2021. And anybody that still plays this game, you need to you need to get checked into a doctor's office immediately, man. I mean, that's just you got to you have got to have a screw loose up top. Like, if you still play Call of Duty, Battlefield Vangarbage, God better help you right now, because you will never be anything beneficial to society. Social fucking degenerates. Well, I'm going back to World at War, because Call of Duty World at War reigns supreme for World War II. So people, you know what to do.